All right, looks like it's running. Hi, Landon.
Hello.
All right, we'll start by putting your name and date on the paper. October 28th, 2019. We're going to do a very quick review with the handwriting. Last week we reviewed the cursive letter U and the cursive letter W. Can you write those for me now and try to remember with your hand the way we want to write them carefully? There's the U, and it comes out on the line. Very good. And I see you've written those for the owl sound, and that's fine. Let's just that's okay. Just write the U by itself and the W by itself. Okay. So that's probably like when you're kind of doing a print and a cursive, you can write your U anytime like this and practice it that way. See?
Yeah.
Because that one looks a little bit more like a V, right?
Yeah.
So let's practice just the U 3 times. Nice. Yeah, you can put it there. That's fine. All right. So just remember the U comes back down to the line and the W goes up to the middle line. All right. Very nice. All right. Get something here. All right, so this is a suffix card. It says S. Last week we reviewed a suffix for plurals, and this is your suffix card. All right, suffixes, this little dash helps us know that a suffix comes at the end of a
word.
That's right. And a suffix is a letter or a group
of letters
that I'll give you a hint. That
change
the
meaning
of a word. Okay, and so when you have a plural, it changes the meaning because it changes it to one. Or if it changes it from a single
to
one
a plural
to more
than one.
Okay. All right. So we're going to start today by just writing it on our card. This is what I want you to say. Suffix S. S. Right as you write that, okay?
Suffix S.
You're going to make it look just like your card, and you're going to say suffix S. S.
Suffix S. Suffix S.
So make your dash.
Dash.
Dash. And you can do that in cursive or print. You might want to try this last one in cursive. So suffix
X.
S.
S. S.
And then you go S. Let's do it 3 times on the table real quick. Suffix S. Good.
Suffix S. Suffix S.
Good. All right. Okay, we are going to review from last week. So again, we did our suffix for plurals last week, and here's your reading sheet for that. Are you ready? Strong reading finger.
Hats, cups, pets, pups.
Very nice. And now I'm going to give you 2 words to spell. Back to the sheet. Your first word is naps. He takes a lot of naps.
Naps.
And your second word is mops. She mops the floor. Nicely done. And once again, let's review.
Suffix S.
Good. And just pause a little bit in between so you're really saying the sound. Try it again. Suffix S. and write it 3 times.
Suffix S. Suffix S.
Nice, nicely done.
Suffix S.
Very good. All right. All right, push to the side. And we are going to review the red word which. All right. And we're going to use it in a sentence. Which one did you take? Which one did you take? Now you make a sentence.
Which one is this? Which one is that?
Or
Which
I didn't know
which one
to
do?
Yeah, there you go. I didn't know which one to do. All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit about something new today. I'm going to talk about irregularities in spelling. So you have been very good. Every time I present a red word, I say, why is this in red? And you say,
Because you can't sound it out.
right. And the reason you can't sound it out is there's something in here that breaks a spelling rule, that makes it irregular. It doesn't follow a rule. But the one thing I was going to tell you about this one that might make it a little bit easier is you can still hear some of the sounds in the word. You just have to remember that it breaks a rule somewhere in the word. It's irregular, okay? So if I listen to this word which, what do I hear at the end? Which is
CH.
And sometimes when you've written this word before, you've put a K kind of at the end. Yeah, you've written CK before, all right? And so we want to recognize that this word is irregular. We don't sound it out, but sometimes we can hear some of the sounds in it, okay? So we're going to practice it 3 times. Which, W-H-I-C-H, which. Your turn.
W-H-I-C-H, which.
Good.
W-H-I-C-H, which. W-H-I-C-H, which.
We do not want to sound it out, but we can, what?
Hear it.
Some of the sounds in the word. And we know that there is an irregular
spelling.
There you go. Let's put it in red and let's write that 3 times, doing the same thing for me, please.
Red right here. Oh yeah, right here.
Sorry.
Which.
And pause for just a moment. Beautifully done. I'm going to make your red markers again so you can see that starting point. I'm just going to put them here too, okay? There you go.
Which.
And you can put the dot too.
Okay.
Which.
W-H-I-C-H, which.
Nice. One more time.
W-H-I-C-H, which.
Thank you.
Which.
Thank you. Very nice. Nicely done. Okay, now we are going to move to our visual drill, okay? So we're going to push all of that to the side. You look at the card and say, let me get my stuff here. It just helps so much. Don't get stuck on my cards that way. All right. Okay. You're going to look at the letter and say the sound or the sounds that it makes. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay.
E.
Say it together.
E.
Thank you.
U. Cool. G. St. D. B. Nt. N. Mp. K. A.
Oops.
Fool. Trr. Skr. Qua. Wa. Ow.
Okay. We had keywords for this last week.
O and ow.
Good. and your keywords were
Snow and blow.
snow
Plow.
plow. O and ow, snow plow. Let's say that. O and ow, snow plow. Okay, good job.
R. I. Unk. O. Unk.
I think, just quick trace it one time for me. O-N-K, onk.
O-N-K, onk.
Thank you. We're going to put it back in the deck.
Ow. Ink. Ink. Ang. E. Or. W. Onk. L. J. Yeah.
Okay, if I put a T there, what would it say?
8. Eat. Ut. Ute.
Let's trace that. U-T-E.
U-T-E. U-T-E.
Ute. And it says Ute because?
Magic key makes the vowel say its name.
Okay, very good. All right.
O.
I put a T there.
Oat. I. It.
No, you're
I.
just pronounce it all the way through.
It.
You started it right. It sounded a little unfinished. You had the right idea. The magic E does what?
Makes the vowel say its name.
So say its name and put that T there.
I.
You got it. Okay, when you see this card in the deck, it stands for our pattern called
Silent E.
Yep, silent E. There you go. Very good. Thank you. All right. Okay, our auditory drill comes next. And back to our regular pencil. Okay, auditory drill. We're going to start here. This is where it's very important to watch my mouth. I say, you say.
Talk to your pencil.
And then you're going to talk to your pencil. All right? When there's more than one letter that you're going to be writing down for me,
Say 'em.
you're going to say the names of the letter, and then you're going to say the sound.
Okay.
All right. So you are going to write down, when I say a sound, you're going to write down the letter or letters that can make that sound. Your first sound is k. Beautifully done. Let's get in the habit of going to that yellow marker line, okay? Starting over to the left. Your next one, D. Nicely done. J.
J. J. J. J. O. J.
Okay. And can you do that 3 times on the table for me?
J. 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 J.
And you don't have to say the J, just make
J.
it and say J.
J. J.
Good. Let's do it 3 more times. Let's start that I. Let's get that whole motor pattern into it. Okay.
J. J. J.
Thank you. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Your next one is Qu.
Qu. Q-U.
Thank you. Nicely done. W.
W.
You know 2 ways to write that sound. Nicely done. Now say it for me. What did you write?
W, comma, W-H.
Very nice. Very nice. Ready? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Ch. Ch. And what did you write?
C-H.
Thank you. I.
I.
Okay, now you made that a capital.
Oh.
No erasing, just cross out. If you could put it in lowercase for me. Because most of the time you will be writing that in lowercase. You got it. Ready? O.
Oh.
You know 3 ways to write this sound. Nicely done. I didn't want to interrupt you, but I would like you to write it one more time and say the names of the letters as you write it, because that's what we do when there's more than one letter, okay?
Okay.
So start up here.
Okay.
And say it as you write it.
O, comma,
Thank you.
O, consonant E, comma,
Nicely done.
O, W.
Oh, sorry, you're good. That was me. I got too excited. Okay, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Your next one is R.
R. A, R.
Beautiful, nicely done. Okay, and your last one for today is ow. You know 2 ways to write this sound. You might try to think of the key word that we've been using with that. The first, you're in your best bet order. The one that comes first in your best bet order is the first key word we learned for that. Okay, I'm going to give you the key word, okay?
Okay.
The key word is out.
Ouch. Oh.
There you go.
That.
There you go. And can you think of the second way to write that sound?
O, U, and O, W.
There you go. Very nicely done. All right, and I am going to I had it visually here for you, and I'm going to let you copy it one more time and say it out loud as you do it, just like you did for this one. We're going to get a nice smooth rhythm for it. You can put it right here for you. And you're going to say and write
O, U, comma, O, W.
And then you're going to say the sound.
Ow.
You got it. Okay, nicely done. Oops, you know what? I apologize. I forgot to have you read your red words. So actually in the visual drill, so I think what I'll do is I'll have you read them right now. We'll do the new and we'll come back and do the written red words. Okay? Are you ready?
Which, there, could, were, would.
And I threw one more in because we talked about it last time.
There.
And in that big word, we see the word
here.
Which helps us know which one to use. Okay, nicely done. All right, so we'll come back to that part of our lesson. All right. But there's, actually, you know what? We can do the blending drill and then we'll do that. That will work out good. Okay. All right, blending drill. Gonna get that strong reading finger out for me. Get it ready. All right, and actually looking at the first word that comes up, I'm remembering that when we put together an E and a G, we had to really listen carefully and almost exaggerate that sound to get it clear. I don't know if you remember that, but let's go really slow on this one. Touch each one and say the sound.
Keg.
And now we're gonna blend it.
Keg.
Okay, and let's draw it out. I want to really hear this sound.
Keg.
Egg. One more time for me.
Egg.
Nicely done. All right.
Est.
Nice.
Est. On.
Let's get to. Wait,
Bird.
wait. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Curd.
Mm-hmm.
Cud. Add. Add.
Hmm?
Trad. Quath. Qual. Quo.
Be careful on this one. What's our
Oh,
the most frequent?
Ow.
And you did, you know what? I wanted you to think about it, but you got it right the first time. So do that again.
Quo.
Mm-hmm.
Quo.
Mm-hmm.
Quo.
But it could also say.
Ow.
Mm-hmm, and that would be.
Quow.
Thank you. Nicely done.
Quar. Oh.
You got it.
Arb. Warb. Arb.
Let me help you out with that.
Wint.
Hmm?
Zint. Zin. Vin.
Okay. And just make sure you sound each one out. Okay.
Wonk. Wonk.
Wonk.
Wonk. Wonk.
Thank you.
On. Won. Wop. Wop. Sop. Sop. Op. Fop. Thung. Out. Out. Ink. Thing. Ink. Think.
Okay. Gonna let you practice this one again.
Bow.
Or it could say,
Foul.
you got it. Nicely done.
Think. Chink. Link. Lank. Lang.
You got it.
Leap.
I like how I heard you sounding them out. Very good. Do that one more time.
Leap.
You got it.
Leap. Lean.
Mm-hmm.
Lorm.
Sorry, I moved it on you.
Lorks.
Nicely done. Oops. Gonna leave that one there.
Horks. Yorks.
Oops. Go ahead.
Yonk.
Good. Put this back.
York.
Hang on.
Yort.
Thank you.
Yorsh.
Beautifully done. Nice work. Okay, pull that paper over and we're going to do those red words now. Okay, so you got your red pencil? Here we go. Okay. All right, your first word is wood. I would like one, please. Wood.
WHOU.
You know what?
What?
I got too excited again. I'm gonna have. Did I have you read them already? I didn't have you read them. Oh yes, I did.
Yeah,
yes,
you
I did. Okay. All
Okay.
right. I'm doubting myself. Here, let's just start over.
Yeah.
Let's put it above there. Would. I would like one.
Wood. WOULD.
Nicely done. Which?
Which.
Which one would you like?
WHICH. Which.
Thank you. There. That is their. That is. Those are their books. There.
There. Oh,
Nice.
sorry. With an I.
You know what? I'm glad you corrected yourself, but that's hard to read. Just scratch it
Okay.
out, and we'll do it under. No, just under. Okay, so we have room. There you go. Beautiful. Nicely done. Could you do that for me? Could.
Could.
Nicely done. Were you going?
Were.
Okay. Nice job. All right. And put your pencil to the side. All right. This is,
Singular.
you're looking for that word, aren't you?
Suffix.
Suffix.
Suffix S.
You got it. This is our suffix S card. This shows us a suffix comes at the end. That is correct. At the end of a word. So here, actually, we're going to write this again. So I want you to say suffix S and write it for me 3 times. Suffix dash S, suffix S,
suffix S.
Got it.
Suffix S. Suffix S.
Nicely done. Very nicely done. All right. So we're going to talk about a different kind of suffix S today. That is one that comes after a verb. The one we did last lesson, or last time we reviewed suffix S, was a plural that changes a noun. It changes an object from one object to more than one. Okay. But now we're going to talk about verbs, which are action words. Okay? This word is like popping your gum or something like that, or making a pop sound. I made it pop, all right? Or I will pop my gum, all right? So read the word for me.
Pop.
And that is called a base word.
Pop.
All right? So a suffix is a letter or a group of letters that you add to the end of a base word. And a base word is a word that has nothing else added to it. That is a word, it's a word, it's a word. Nobody has added anything to this, okay?
Okay.
It's just a plain word. We call it a base word. Base word. Say that again.
Oh, base word. Base word.
Like that's the base, like a base that supports something. Okay, and that's the base. Now I'm going to flip this over and turn the word into
pops.
If I made a sentence that said, I'm talking about a girl, I would say, oh my goodness, she pops her gum. She pops her gum.
Pops.
In our language, we add S to action words. Okay, but let's move on. Let's go right now into our reading sheet so you can see some examples of that. All right, are you ready? Okay. So these are all verbs. They're all action words. Strong reading, pencil down. Strong reading finger. Are you ready? There you go.
Lifts, dips, cuts, bleeds.
Okay, let's look at this word. Sound it out letter by letter.
Bleeps.
You got it. Do you know when they bleep something? Do you know what that is?
Bump into.
Like on TV, if they don't want you to hear something, or in an audio recording, they bleep over it. Bleeps.
Bleeps. Tops. Hits. Gets. Sits. Tips. Bits. Bits. Pops. Bops.
Okay, and you know what? I'm just going to take this one off. I meant to, and that's my error for not having taken it off. So we'll talk about that one later, okay? All right. Are you ready for the sentences?
He sits on the box. She hops to the bus stop. He cuts the cake. She pops her gum.
Very nicely done. All right. And now I have some words for you to practice. Verb plus S, but we're going to be doing it with spelling. Okay? And so again, let's aim for this side of our line. And then especially if we need to cross them out, that type of thing, we'll be able to, okay? So we are adding suffix S. Here's how we're going to do our spelling. I want you, so it's going to be I say, you say, finger spell, and talk to your pencil. But it's different. Just like when we did plurals, you're going to spell the base word first, and then you're going to spell the suffix S. Okay? Are you ready? Okay. So your first word is, you ready? I'll give you it to you. All of these, I'll give them to you in a sentence too today, okay? So just listen for a moment. Hits. He hits the ball.
Hits.
Hits.
It.
Okay? So just do the base word first.
It. It.
That's an action, isn't it? So write that part first. Start there. Yeah, we're just getting into the habit of starting on that side. There you go.
Hits.
And there you go. Nicely done. I liked how you did that. Ready for the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Pops.
Pop. Up.
And just spell the base word first for me.
Up.
There you go.
Up.
Chops. He chops the vegetables.
Chops. Up. Up.
Nicely done. Mops. She mops the floor. Mops.
Up.
And I like it when it when you spelled it out again.
Mops.
Mhm.
Up.
Nicely done. Good job. Ready? Naps.
Naps. App. Apps.
Good job.
Oh my God. S.
Slips. He slips on the floor. He slips.
Slip. Slip.
Nicely done. Bets. He bets that it'll be a sunny day.
Bet.
Just
Bet. Bet.
sits. She sits down.
It. Oh, sorry. It.
You're good. You're doing a great job. Just cross it out. Start over.
It.
Beautifully done. Read your word list for me now that you have it written.
Hits, pops, chop, mops, maps.
Okay, I'm going to have you hold the paper.
Oh.
Nice strong reading finger. We're going to read it out loud again.
Hits, pops, chops, mops,
Thank you.
naps, slips,
Got it.
bets, sits.
Beautifully done. Very, very nice. All right. And what did I do with the card? Anyway, where's my card? Oh, there it is. It's hiding. This is
Suffix S.
And we are going to write it 3 times. Are you ready? Suffix
Suffix S.
S. And it's right there, so if you need to look at it.
Suffix S. Suffix S. Suffix S.
Okay? And a suffix is added to a
Word.
that is called a,
Base word
and a base word has had nothing else.
in it.
It's just the plain word,
Plain
right?
word.
Plain word, nothing else. All right, very good. And a suffix always comes at the end of a word. And the suffix, what does it do?
Changes it.
Changes the
Meaning.
How did these words? How did it change the meaning here today?
It made it more than something.
It did not. This is a verb, and in our language, when we talk about somebody else, we add an S to our verb.
Word.
Like, I slip, but he slips. Okay, very nicely done, and we'll talk about that more again next week. All right, good job. All right, you can push that to the side, and we're going to read our passage. All right. When we read for what? Why do we read? What's the purpose of reading?
For comprehension.
You bet. We read for comprehension. So it's important to think as we read. And it's important to think about the words, what they mean, all right? And if you don't know anything at all about a word, you can always ask me about it as you're reading if you want to, okay?
Okay.
All right. And we read the title. Why do we read the title first?
So tell us a little bit about it.
And there's also a picture here. So you would guess this story is about
Chickens
and
or roosters.
And can you read the title for me now?
The pecking order.
And do you know, does that mean anything to you when you think of chickens?
A lead.
Do you know what it means to peck
Uh-huh.
if you're a chicken?
Just like keep breaking it, kind of.
Keep kind of like biting at something,
Yeah.
not really biting through it, but just pecking at it. Yeah, you got it. That's exactly right. All right. So when we read, you're going to use your strong reading finger. And if there is a word that you have not, that you haven't had all of the information yet to sound it out, I'm going to, give you the word. I'm going to give that word to you. And if it's a word that you should be able to sound out, I might say wait, or I might say stop, and I'll ask you to work on that word a little bit. Okay?
Okay.
All right, let's start.
Birds of one kind often stay together in one group or flock.
You might want to put your hand here. Thank
Oh.
you.
In every flock, some birds are more important than others. Each bird has its own place. This order goes from the most important to the least important. It is called the pecking order. In a flock of hens in a barnyard, one hen becomes the most important of the group. She eats first and gets the best perch. She can peck all the other hens. The least important hen is pecked by all the others. She has no other hen to peck. She usually eats last and takes whatever place is left on the perch.
First sound.
Space.
Okay, read the whole sentence again. She
Usually eats last, takes whatever space is left on the perch.
Nice job. I'm going to stop you there. We're going to ask you a couple questions. What is a flock?
A flock is just a flock is like an army of just hens, like birds is a flock, like in a line birds are flocks.
Right.
Kind of.
Right. And so even though there's pictures of hens, this article was talking about just birds of all kinds at the beginning. So it's a big group, and underneath that, that's their small group of hens, right? Hens are birds, chickens are birds. All right. So we think of a flock with it's birds together. That's correct. All right. Do you know what a perch is?
Perch. A perch is like a bin of food, kind of.
Okay, I'm going to help you with that word so that you can understand a little bit better. A perch is a place where a bird sits. It might be a twig and a branch of a tree. And for a hen, it might be a special place in the hen house that she sits on. That's her perch, where she gets to sit. All right. What can happen to a hen in a flock? When they're in a flock of hens in a barnyard, one hen becomes what?
Important
And
than
then-
others.
Yeah, and what can happen to the others?
They have to obey, I guess.
What did your article mention? Sometimes they have to be the
Last,
two,
get everything, and
especially the last two.
get. It takes whatever space is left on the perch.
But the important hen gets to do what first?
Pecks them.
Why don't you quickly look at it and see if you can find the hen that's most important gets to do what first?
Best perch.
Best perch, and she also gets to.
Peck the other hens.
Absolutely. And there's something she gets to do first. Can you find it? It's right. Start right here.
In a flock of hens in a barnyard, one hen becomes most important of the group. She eats first and gets the best. She eats first?
She eats first, that's right. And the other ones have to eat after her. Okay, let's start at 3.
To get a place in the pecking order, hens have a pecking contest among themselves. A hen may lose or back away from a fight. When they
And finger and
then she becomes less important. Then the winner and can be picked by her.
Here we go. Where's oops? First sound.
Pecked.
There you go. Pecked by her. Let's take that whole sentence again.
Then she becomes less important. Then the winner can be pecked by her.
That time you skipped a word. You can do this. You can just go one time, go nice and slow.
Winner.
Whoops. Start at the same spot. Then she
becomes less important. Then the winner and can be pecked by her.
You got it now?
Oh.
Do you understand that? Or do you want to read it one more time silently?
Okay.
Okay.
Each hen knows which hens to fear and which to peck. Do you have a bird feeder at home or outside your school window? If you do, watch carefully. When a group of birds comes to feed, the most important bird is in the pecking order will be the first to eat.
Nicely done. And so not only are they talking about hens, but they're talking about birds. Birds where? At a bird feeder. Do you know about those? What can happen to those birds?
They do a pecking order too.
Just like
the hens or
just
the
like
roosters.
Very good. All right. Thank you very much.